Hello, in this video I'll show you how to edit beauty portraits and how to do color grading and make your beauty portraits better when it comes to Photoshop. So simply like the video and don't forget to subscribe in case you're watching and you aren't subscribed. And by the way, you can get the raw image by checking the link in the video description. So like the video and don't forget to drop a comment in the comment section, and by the way, subscribe to this channel. So this is the image that we want to edit. So you want first of all do the skin retouching using frequency separation, and remember frequency separation divides the image into the colors and the texture. So just come the background image and press Ctrl J, or you can use Command J twice to create two copies from the background image. Rename the middle layer to color, hit enter and double click on the name for the topmost layer, name that to texture. After naming these two layers, come the color layer and select it and turn off the texture layer. So for this color layer we want to remain with the colors. So just come to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and it's going to bring up this Gaussian blur window. So this determines the amount of details or texture that you want to remain with in the final or edited image. So just come and click on that area that seems to have more skin details. So for the forehead area, I feel like we have more skin textures in the forehead area. Then move up the radius slider and stop at that point whereby the textures are just starting to get lost or disappear from the image. So about 7, that is when the textures are just starting to disappear from this very image. Click OK, come to the texture layer and now turn it on. Then come to image, apply image, and it's going to open up the apply image window. The source is basically the name of the photo that we're editing right now. Under layer, select the color layer, channel RGB. Blending is going to be add because we're editing a 16-bit image. Opacity is 100%. The scale is 2. Offset 0, and make sure you turn on the invert option, and you'll see the image turn into gray without the colors, whereby you will only be seeing the details and the outlines in the image. So just come and click OK. So in case you're editing an 8-bit image, these are settings that you have to use. Make sure invert is not turned on. Under blending, select subtract. The scale is 2 and the offset is 128, and we basically have the same results. So for our case, we are editing a 16-bit image. So I'll revert this to 16-bit settings. Click OK. Change the blend mode from normal to linear light. Select both the color and the texture and press Ctrl G, or you can use Command G to put these two in a group. Open up the group by clicking on the drop down arrow and select the color layer. So for this point, we just want to blend the colors within the image. So to blend, you're just going to come and get the mixer brush tool. And in case you can't locate the mixer brush tool here, come the brushes, right click and get the mixer brush tool. So for my case, my mixer brush tool is located down here. Then for settings, make sure the hardness is set to 0. Soft round brush is selected, and make sure clean brush is selected. Then make sure this second option, that is clean brush after each stroke, is highlighted or selected. The weight is 9%, the load is 75%, the mix is 90%, and the flow is 100%. Make sure sample all layers is not turned on or is not checked. Once you're done doing that, in order to see the uneven skin tone transitions better, just come and turn off the texture layer. So this is going to be more of a guiding layer for you to show you how you can blend using the mixer brush tool. So the role of the mixer brush tool is to help you blend the transitions between the skin tones or the skin colors. So for this, slightly zoom in by using Ctrl plus on the keyboard, and to increase or reduce on the size of the mixer brush tool, you can use the open and close square bracket keys on the keyboard. So to blend, simply move the mixer brush tool, click and hold down like that, and you move the mixer brush tool like that. So once you're done blending a given area, we are basically blending the midtones alone, the highlights alone, and the shadows alone. So you can come the highlight area and blend it. And where these colors are transitioning from one color to another, just use a very small brush and you blend like that to create a smooth transition between those colors. So the more plastic it gets, the better it is, because the textures are still left intact within this very image. So just come and turn this off and continue. And by the way, you have to move the brush strokes accordingly or in a way that follows the original skin shape. So reduce on the size. So you have to keep on playing around with different areas or different sizes depending on how big the area is. So just blend. You can say for the nose, I'm blending this dark area alone and blending the highlight alone like that. So keep on doing this for the rest of the tones in the skin. So you can see how the image is getting. Remember, the textures are still left intact, but we're just basically working on the colors or the skin tone. So you can say before and after for just using the mixer brush tool in those particular areas. So just come and turn this off and continue working on the rest of the areas that have skin color or skin tones. So you're basically using the mixer brush tool to blend all these areas. So I hope you can see how easy it is to use the mixer brush tool to create even transitions between the skin color or the skin tones. So once you're done using the mixer brush tool, you can come back and turn on the texture layer. You can say before, after, before, after. After we have done this, the next step is going to be removing the pimples and the blemishes. And by the way, you can use the mixer brush tool with the texture layer turned on, but make sure sample all layers is not turned on or is not checked at that very point. So just come the texture layer and select it and come and get the clone stamp tool. For settings, make sure the hardness is set to 0. Soft round brush is selected. The mode is set to normal. Opacity at 100%. The flow is also at 100%. Aligned is checked and the sample is set to current layer because we want to remove the blemishes that are part of the currently selected layer, which is the texture layer in our frequency separation group. So for this, simply use Ctrl plus on the keyboard, or you can use Command plus on the keyboard to zoom into the image so that you can see the pimples and the blemishes better. So to remove a pimple, hold down the Option key on the keyboard. So Option, and make sure the size of the clone stamp tool is slightly bigger than the pimple or the blemish that you want to remove. So Option, and click on a clean area near the blemish. Remove. So Option, click on a clean area near the pimple or the blemish. Then release the Option key on the keyboard and click once again over the pimple or the blemish to remove that pimple or the blemish. So for those using Windows, it is the alternate key on the keyboard. So Alt, click, release the Alt button and click once again over the pimple or over the blemish to replace the blemish with clean skin. So that is basically what we want to do for the rest of the remaining pimples all over this very image. So I'm just going to quickly do this so the tutorial is not a lengthy one. So I'm just going to remove all these pimples and the blemishes simply. So you can see how easy it is to remove or to do your skin retouching using frequency separation. So I'm just going to come right here to the forehead area end. So you have to keep on pressing the Option key on the keyboard because different pimples are located in different areas that have varying color transitions or varying skin color. So you have to sample from that area that is close enough so the clone stamp tool doesn't paste a different color in the place where the pimple was initially. So I'm just going to remove all these pimples and blemishes. So right now we are done removing majority of the pimples and the blemishes. Press Ctrl 0 or you can use Command 0 to zoom out. You can see before, after, before, after, before, after. After you have done this, the next step is going to be working on the skin color. So you're just going to do a simple color grade using the gradient map tool. So just come to adjustments and come and select gradient map. And before you do all this, simply come and make sure you have created a stamp visible layer by pressing Shift Option Command E on the keyboard, Shift Alternate Ctrl E for those using Windows. Then come and select gradient map. Make sure properties is displaying, and in case you can't see properties, come to window and make sure properties is checked right there. Then come and make sure the gradient icon is selected. Then come to where I see the properties right here and make sure you turn off the gradient layer. So gradient icon selected, turn off the gradient layer, come to where I see properties and click on the gradient color option. Then click on this pointer make sure the location is set to 0. Then come and make sure you click on the color option and choose a darkest point of the model skin. So this is going to be our darkest point. Click OK. Do the same for the brightest point of the skin. Location is 100. Click and make sure you choose a brightest point of the model's color of the skin. I feel like this is okay. Click OK. Then click in the middle and make sure the location is set to 50. Then click on the color option and choose any medium color. So usually we sample from the face of our subject, or you can sample anywhere you feel like is a medium color and click OK. Then click OK once again. Come and turn this layer back on and change the blend mode from normal all the way to color. Then select this white layer mask and press Ctrl I on the keyboard, or you can use Command I on the keyboard to hide the effect. Then I'm just going to close the properties. Then come to our brushes and get the brush tool and make sure for the settings the hardness set to 0, soft one brush is selected, the mode is set to normal, opacity at 100%, flow at 100%, and make sure you have black and white on these two color swatches. In case you don't have black and white on these two color swatches, make sure you press D on the keyboard or click on the tiny color swatches to reset to black and white. Then reduce on the size just like that, and make sure white is the top color, and simply paint like that using a white brush. So we are painting using a white brush on a black layer mask, because in Photoshop white is going to reveal and black is going to hide. So the effect of the skin color or the color grade has been hidden behind this black layer mask. So we want to reveal it by painting using our white brush. So we shall paint like that. So make sure you paint each and every area that has skin, but you have to avoid painting areas that have makeup, because you don't want to alter or change the original color of your client, his or model's makeup. So I'm just going to paint quickly on the hand like that. So you can see how easy it is to color grade using the gradient map tool. So in case you have painted extras and you want to erase color, make sure you change the brush back to black, reduce on the size of the brush by using the bracket keys on the keyboard, and you can erase just like that. So we are almost done doing the color grading on the skin. So this is what we have so far, but this is going to be looking unnatural and unrealistic. So press Command 0 to zoom out and come the opacity and reduce on the opacity to your taste or to your liking until when you feel like the skin color is natural enough. So about 62, that is okay. Then you're going to come adjustments and come to hue and saturation. Come to the blend mode and first of all change it to multiply and reduce on the opacity first of all. Then you're going to come back to hue and saturation. Come, click on master, come to the reds and simply come and take down the lightness of the reds. Reduce on the amount of those orange tones in the skin. So negative 13, okay, negative 16 looks okay. Then you're going to come to adjustments once again and create a black and white adjustment layer. Change the blend mode from normal to multiply and reduce on the overall opacity just like that. So you're creating a melanin skin tone for our subject. So once we have done that, we're going to create another adjustment layer for the blacks. Come to selective color, change the blend mode, leave the blend mode to normal and come to the blacks and simply come to our cyans. Just slightly move the cyans to around 2. 2 looks okay, and just intensify on the blacks a little bit. So 2 is perfect for this. So you can see where we have gotten the image to be at this point. I'll close the properties. Then you can do a little bit of dodging and burning. So dodging and burning is more of enhancing the highlights and the shadows in the image. So for this, we shall create a stamp visible layer by pressing Shift Option Command E, Shift Alternate Control E on the keyboard to create a stamp visible layer. And after creating a stamp visible layer, we're going to come to adjustments, come to the curves adjustment layer. Then you're going to click in the middle and drag that down to darken. Remember, burning is for darkening, and dodging is for brightening. So click and drag down and press Ctrl I on the keyboard, or you can use Command I. Rename this to burn because we have just darkened, and we're going to do the same for our highlights by brightening. So brighten up, Command I, and we're going to name this dodge, like that. Then we are going to come to our properties, make sure it is open, the properties window. Then first of all, come to our burn, come and get the brush tool, and you're just going to make sure white is the top color, and you're going to paint or draw lines over the dark areas of this very image. So this is more of sculpting because we want to create shape or dimension on the model's face because we don't want it to look flat. So just draw lines like that over areas that you feel initially had to be dark. Then you're going to do the same for our bright areas. So forehead area like that. So draw lines like that. So we want these lines to blend into the skin. So how are we going to do that? Come to where you see properties and come to where you see feather and just move that forward like that. And the lines are going to start blending into the skin. Then click on the burn layer mask and do the same for the feathering so that the lines can blend into the skin. So this is what we have for the dodging and burning. Let me put this two in a group. Press Ctrl G, or you can use Command G on the keyboard to group this before, and after for the dodging and burning. So once we have done that, we're just going to come and do eye whitening. So just come, adjustments, hue and saturation, come to where you see master, make sure master is selected, and come to saturation and reduce the saturation all the way down to around -78. Then press Ctrl I, or you can use Command I on the keyboard to invert the effect. With the white brush, zoom in by using Ctrl plus on the keyboard to zoom into the eyes. Then we're going to simply paint in the white area of the eye to whiten the eyes of our subject like that. So you can do the same for teeth whitening in case you want to do eye and teeth whitening at the same time. So this is what we have been able to achieve. Ctrl 0 to zoom out. So let's see the overall before and after for the retouching and color grading of this very image. This was the image before, after, before, after, before, after. After this, the next step is going to be saving this very photo. So in order to save this very photo, simply come to File, Export, come to Export As, and it's going to open up the Export As window. Under Format, make sure it is set to JPEG. Quality set the maximum, which is 7. Under Resample, make sure it is set by Cubic Sharper. Then next step, make sure color space is set to Convert sRGB and Embed Color Profile have been checked, and click on Export, and you can choose where you want to save the image and click on Save. So this is how you can retouch and color grade your photos using Photoshop, and I hope you have learned a thing or two. Ronix from Ronix Photography. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in more videos on this channel. Don't forget to like the video, and don't forget to subscribe. Keep practicing, and as well keep creating.